Alrighty folks, here we are on a 2025 MT07 into the braking zone at Eagles Canyon Raceway, having some fun with this bike, doing a track test of it because it is our newest giveaway motorcycle, and holy moly, Yamaha has really improved this bike, man. Let's see how long we can hang with this bike up here. It's R1, not very long probably. Bone stock MT07, it's not going to work out well for us. Maybe in the braking zone a little bit. I'm having too much fun with this bike, trying to keep up with bikes that I have no business keeping up with. 75 horsepower, same old CP2 that it always was. But man, Yamaha finally made this thing handle really well and brake really well. That was the biggest issue that was wrong with this bike in the past, was it just didn't really have suspension. The handling was woeful, and the wooden braking feel was really terrible too, as we glide along this apex here, dial it in over there. Ooh, very nice. I am genuinely impressed at the new MT07. All I did at this bike today was remove the peg feelers, as you guys can see down below there as I'm fully pinned here on the back straight. All I did was remove the peg feelers, and I've been having a ton of fun with this thing. I really had like zero expectations for this bike. I thought that it was going to be totally terrible, but it's really doing the thing, man. Look at that, look at that. Oh, tighten it up, look at that. Oh, I can still make that apex. That was something that the old MT07 would not let you do, bro. If you asked for more brake pressure, it was kind of like, what are you talking about? I can't do any of that. Now, I did want to mention, as I'm fully pinned on this bike here, having a great time with it, this is a giveaway bike over on yamanoob.co. Get yourself signed up, enter to win. This is a short sweepstakes. It's going to end at the end of March. We're doing something different this year where every single month there's going to be a giveaway bike. So if you sign up as a member, you get your entries stacked up, you get the ability to enter in for all these new bikes into the braking zone here as we catch some sort of sport bike. Let's see if we can... Is that a BMW S1000? Let's go, baby, on an MT07. That's a nice looking S1000. It's gonna look nicer when I pass it. So yeah, if you got the skills, something like this can really work, man. All right, let's cut this guy up here really quick. Yeah, that S1000 did look good, didn't it? Looks better in my mirrors, baby, come on! Fully pinned. Woo! So yeah, the MT07 now, it still has like remnants of the old MT07. The frame is pretty much the same. They just updated it a little bit, but I am really impressed at how you can grab more brake pressure and really tighten your lineup with this thing. And that makes it work beautifully as a street bike too, where if a bike has a base level of track performance, that means on street it's going to do really great too, as I missed the shift there a little bit. No quick shifter equipped. We're in sport mode here as we're going to barely clip the end of fourth gear into the braking zone, down into third gear. You don't need second gear on this track. This bike has lots of torque from that CP2. You can ride it basically like an R7. And I've been asking for an MT07 like this for years. Basically an SP variant with better suspension, better brakes, a little better handling. They even updated the swing arm. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And this bike is awesome now, man. They changed the bar a little bit. It's a little closer to you. On street, I thought it was a little awkward, but honestly on track, it's really fun. It's like you can just rip it lap after lap. And it's kind of crazy that a stock MT07 is now this like genuinely respectable little track machine. Like right there, boom, hit that apex, wide open, just enjoying life. We firmly left that beamer in the dust, baby, firmly. Trail it in. I'm honestly really shocked that this bike missed my apex a little bit. You have tons of modulation. Now I will say, my one gripe, and it was an easy fix, it was those peg feelers. I thought that they were very intrusive. So first mod you should do on this bike, even if you're going to ride it a little more sporty on road, is remove those peg feelers for sure. That's definitely going to help you out. As I go full pin here, take it out. Whoa, very nice, man. Very nice bike. And what's cool about it is you got like 75 horsepower. It's not very fast. This is a super complete package now, man. The CP2, absolutely bulletproof. We'll grab a gear down here a little earlier, set us up for that next apex. It really works so well. Look at that. I can add more brake, tighten it up, take it a little slower if I need to. Full pin between the corners. Third gear's got plenty of torque. Line that up here. That pull right here in the middle. And out to the paint. Drift it out. Dude, it's so good. I can't believe how good it is. For a sub $10,000 bike, this might be one of my favorites. And this is what I told you guys about the GSX-8R last year, where it was much more of a sport touring machine. It couldn't do this sort of thing. It kind of fell apart once you started really pushing it. But this bike is phenomenal. The ride-by-wire system works really great. I do miss the analog cable-actuated throttle. It just felt really, really nice. But honestly, I'm really impressed with this bike. Like, I'm having a ton of fun. I can carve up corners with it. Excellent training tool motorcycle. It's cheap as hell, relatively speaking. $85.99 gets it done. Third gear, we'll keep it, we'll keep it, we'll keep it, we'll keep it. Look at that, because we got torque. Watch when I hit this apex. I don't need to shift down, because I'm in the meat of the power. And that's pretty cool. And you're not going too fast, and so you can brake a little deeper than you would on a Super Sport. And you're comfortable with doing it. You could ride this to the track, have a track day, ride it back, do the valves every 26,000 miles. What a great time to be a motorcyclist, man. This thing is actually genuinely very good. And I know many of you are going to say, that's this dude's Yamaha bias coming back into full. This guy loves Yamaha so much. He's always talking about them so well. But if you ride the prior generation MT07 to this, it felt so dated, dude. Like, that bike was basically unchanged since 2014. They changed the styling a little bit. They changed things here and there. It's so much more complete of a motorcycle now. Genuinely is. It's really, really good. As I mentioned in my comprehensive first ride review on street, it does leave a little bit desired for fit and finish. But honestly, you know, you don't buy a Yamaha for that. I feel like Yamahas are for the frame and the engine. Everything else is kind of secondary. We'll drift it out here. Look at that. Just fun, man. Just super fun to ride. I can't say enough good things about it. I think for the price, it's legitimately very good. I've ridden so many worse stock bikes than this on track. So many worse stock bikes than this. This genuinely is very good. You guys will see here, we'll put some bonus clips in this video. Earlier on in this session, I was playing around with some faster bikes. And again, bone stock 75 horsepower naked bike is able to kind of play around and keep up with some super sports on track. That's very impressive, you know? It's really, really good. I believe that's an R6 or GSX R600 prepped on slicks. I'm doing pretty good. Gotta get him on the brakes. I'll get him up here. We're trying, boys, we're trying. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, we can get him, we can get him. I won't get him on this drive here. Maybe a little bit. Ooh, on the inside. Oops, I didn't think that would happen. Sweet. Now I gotta catch that Ducati. And he passed me again because he has lots more power than I do. Woohoo, squirrely. He's way offline. Later. Pick it up right there. Wow, man. Super responsive. Like I said, I do miss the cable throttle a little bit. For that initial pickup of throttle, I find that it's just not as analog as I would prefer. But it does really good though. It's like, I'm nitpicking if that really was the case. Now, again, my one gripe, besides the peg feelers, the brakes are so much better. So I really don't want to say that the brakes are bad, because they're not. They're so much better, dude. But the one thing I would say that needs a little improvement, and if you wanted to take this thing on track a lot, which it's not like a track bike, so I don't think anybody will, initial bite is okay, but then like further modulation, once you really ask for it, it does feel a little wooden, to be honest. But truthfully, on a big track like this bike isn't that fast, and so you're not braking that heavy. You know, if you have a very stop and go kind of racetrack you're gonna take this thing on, then maybe you kind of feel that need to, you know, like you'd want a little bit better braking system, but that's gonna be any motorcycle to stock, right? I've literally track tested 600s out here that bone stock. I was like, oh my god, this needs a master cylinder and direct line. So it's not necessarily the category that the bike is in. It's more about the fact that stock brakes always kind of leave a little bit to be desired. But, you know, bigger calipers, excuse me, yeah, bigger calipers, oh my god, no, bigger discs, bigger discs, radial mounted calipers, because everything feels so much better for the braking setup for this bike. As we enter the braking zone here, you can brake deeper than that if you want. It's a giveaway bike, so I'm being a little judicious with it. I'm not going to go kamikaze mode with it, because if I crash it, I'm going to have a bad day. Dunlop tires are doing okay. I do miss the stock equipment Bridgestone S22s. I find that those work a little bit better, but I'm not complaining that much. I've got grip. I just lack some feel on the side that I think the S22s gave a little bit better. S22s also have excellent water dispersion, which I'm not sure about these Dunlops, but they had to cut corners somewhere, I think, and going with an OE spec Dunlop, you know, I get it. They got to keep the bike around that $85.99 price point as we enter this braking zone here. Come on, little MT. There we go. We'll send it wide open right there on the apex. But it's so cool, man. I'm not tired at all. This is super fun. I really, really recommend this bike. It's not just because it's a giveaway. Ooh, missed that a little. It's not because it's just a giveaway bike. Like, it's genuinely very good. Very enjoyable. Super fun bike to ride. I think I'll do a little cool down at this point. I don't know how many laps that was. That was at least 10 laps counting the first part of the session too. Kind of take it easy a little bit and gather our thoughts a little bit more as we wrap up this track review. But man, what a blessing to be able to do this for a living, guys. This is great. Thank you so much for everybody who watches and supports. Go and check out the website to enter to win this thing. Brand new updated MT07. You're not going to want to miss it. This bike is genuinely very good. Yamaha has made some great strides and improvements. For the street rider, it's not perfect. If you guys saw my first ride and review video, I did have some complaints for the sort of everyday usability and some of the technology features on this bike. The turn indicators are so bizarre. I don't understand why they did that, but you know, for the sporting performance, it's genuinely very good. It's genuinely good. I'm really surprised by it. And I know people who buy an MT07, like maybe 1% of them are going to take it on track, and most people are just going to ride it like this on street and have fun with it. I get it. But man, if you do take it on track, don't feel bad, man. Don't feel like you got to go get a different motorcycle. This thing will happily run C group pace, advanced group pace, like whatever they call it, like level 3. Like, this is genuinely a motorcycle that can hang with you know, higher levels of pace. You could absolutely keep this motorcycle. You could just take those feelers off, put stickier tires on it, and you could run this all the way to intermediate or even expert class and not really feel any type of way about it. Put an exhaust on this thing and you can really hear it while you're riding too, which is sweet. But the acoustically tuned intakes are pretty cool. You actually get to hear a lot more of the bike. You guys see that? Lots of intake. Pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. Oh man, I could do that all day long. I could do that all freaking day, baby. That is such a fun bike. Holy mackerel. It's so much better than you would think. I am like genuinely shocked at how good this bike is. Dude, Yamaha MT bikes have really come a long way, man. They've really come a long way. This is genuinely impressive. But all right, boys, all that being said, Thanks so much for checking out today's video. I appreciate it. Catch you on the next one. Later.